play Ben Jordan, Case 7. Last time, well, Alessandro Renzi killed himself. Well, apparently killed himself after a visit from the Vatican. Well, very interesting. We also found out that, well, we ran into Professor Jones, well, quote-unquote professor, even though he didn't actually teach at Oxford. And I also found out that that guy we were having a dream about, I believe, in the last game, Marcus Wilkins, is Alice Wilkins' great-great-great-grandfather, and was doing an investigation at Smailholm into the witch cult way back then. So that is interesting. So much interesting stuff. Alright, so while we're here, before we finish up...
Do you think I could borrow one of your pencils?
I suppose. Just make sure you bring it back.
There was
The
a
department
note
is very cheap when it comes to stationery.
that we found. Nice. And on the back there is a faded drawing. Let's see if we can't... Aha! Let's take a look at that. Oh, shoot. Okay. And let's get the pencil back. If we can. He just told us we had to return the pencil, yet we're not able to return the pencil. Okay. Well, one thing we haven't done yet is actually visit Percy at his hotel. Let's do so.
Just a moment.
Aren't you very posh?
Ah, Mr. Jordan, please do come in. What can I do for you?
Wonder why that is. Can we touch him? Oh, that's just my Ben Jordan thing. I always have to touch people. Weird. What is he doing? Shoot. Alright, let's chat.
Do you come to Rome a lot?
Not as often as I used to. It's interesting to be back.
Cold enough for you?
I wouldn't know. I'm afraid I haven't stepped outside today.
Jeez.
Are you having a nice vacation?
So far, yes.
Oh, sorry.
It's been quite enjoyable.
Yeah, some vacation if you haven't
Do you
stepped
come to Rome
outside.
Not-
Alright, interrogation
Can
time.
we talk?
Of course.
Murder.
Have you heard anything about the murder of Thomas Ryan?
I'm afraid not. Is that the case you're working on?
Yeah, this priest, Ryan, was murdered by a guy named Renzi. Says he was possessed by a demon when he did it.
A demon, you say?
Yeah.
I see. Have you made much progress?
Well, I have a few leads I'm looking into.
Good, good. If you require any assistance, be sure to let me know.
Well, at least he's friendly.
So, you said you're on holiday here in Rome?
Yes, I decided to spend the end of the year here. I've always been fascinated with Rome. It's one of my favourite cities. Unfortunately, I'm unable to fully enjoy my holiday.
Why's that?
My work never seems to be done, I'm afraid.
What work is that?
What is that you're working on?
Oh, just some research for my classes. Nothing important.
What's
Classes.
the map for?
You're as inquisitive as ever, I see. I could explain it all, but I'm sure you'd find it terribly boring. And I'm sure you have more important things to be doing than listening to me prattle on.
Alright.
So, how are things at Oxford?
They're fine, from what my colleagues tell me. I've been on sabbatical, you see.
Oh, since when?
I started at the beginning of this year, didn't I mention it?
No, I don't think you did.
Ah, well, yes. I've been doing field studies, hence our first meeting in Smailholm. I'm due to return at the beginning of next semester.
I bet.
Speaking of Oxford, do you know Professor Quincy Sanborn?
Yes, he works in the theology department, I believe.
Really? He didn't know you.
You've met him?
Yeah, a few weeks ago in Greece. I asked him if he knew you, and he said he didn't.
Ah, well, I haven't actually met him yet. He began teaching shortly before I began my sabbatical. I'm afraid I never got around to introducing myself.
Oh. Okay.
I guess that's reasonable.
Are you familiar with demons?
I've heard of several cases of murders blamed on demonic possession. More often than not, the supposed victim of possession was simply delusional.
You think Renzi was making it up then?
It's difficult to say without having met him.
He seemed pretty normal to me.
Do not forget we are in Rome, Mr. Jordan. Religion plays a large role in the city.
That's all for now.
Very well.
Well, you're a smart professor, dude. I wonder if you know what this symbol is.
Does this symbol mean anything to you?
Where did you get this?
It's here on the back of Renzi's suicide note.
I see.
So, do you recognize it?
Yes, I've seen this symbol before. It belongs to a group known as the Knights of St. Anthony.
The Knights of St. Anthony? I've never heard of them.
I'd be most surprised if you had. They keep a very low profile.
Well, that's all you have to say?
Can we talk?
Of course.
So who are the Knights of St. Anthony?
I'm afraid I can't answer that.
Why not?
Because I honestly don't know anything about them. They're a very secret group. I don't even know if they still exist.
How do you know about them?
There was a case I once studied where the symbol appeared at a crime scene. After much research, I found the name of the group, but nothing beyond that. However, I suspect they may be dangerous. You should exercise caution if you investigate them, Mr. Jordan.
That's all for now.
Very well.
So that's all we can do here. We look at the papers? No. Fine, okay. See you later,
Well,
Percy.
I'm gonna get going.
Farewell.
See if Simon's figured out anything
Hey,
new.
where'd Alice go?
She said she was going to her room to unpack and have a shower. I expect she'll be back in a while.
Well, why don't we just go join her? Huh? No, that wouldn't be appropriate.
Got a minute, Simon?
Certainly.
So what's the scoop, Simon?
Do you think you could look something up for me?
Sure, what?
I have a feeling it's going to be kind of a long shot. But could you look up a group called the Knights of St. Anthony?
What are you getting yourself into, Ben?
I'm not entirely sure.
Well,
Oh,
I'll see
you
if
have no
I find
idea.
anything. Nothing.
I figured as much. But thanks anyway. Can you check the local papers and see if the murder has been reported yet?
Sure, give me 1 second. Nope, nothing.
Something isn't right here. Don't you think a priest being murdered would be front page news by the next day?
You're right. It's been 4 days and no one said a word.
Father McNamara over at San Silvestro denied having heard of Thomas Ryan. And today I found out that Renzi hung himself after being visited by someone from the Vatican. I'm not one to be a conspiracy theorist, but it sounds like someone is trying to keep all this under wraps.
It certainly looks that way.
I think I need to go have another talk with Father McNamara. I don't need to research anything else. That's all for now.
Right.
So we should probably go back and see him. But first, I wonder if Simon can research this symbol.
Does this symbol mean anything to you?
No, mate, don't ring any bells.
Shoot. Well, I was gonna ask you, research it, look it up, but...
I'll be back later. Don't trash the place while I'm gone.
Have fun.
So, back to San Silvestro and Capite. I wonder if he knows anything about this symbol.
Does this symbol mean anything to you?
I'm sorry, it doesn't.
Or not, okay.
Hello again, Father McNamara.
Hello, Mr. Jordan. It's lovely to see you again. How may I help you?
Have you ever heard of the Knights of St. Anthony?
No, can't say I have. Are they some sort of religious order?
That's the impression I get, but I don't know anything about them.
Well, it's possible to make a few guesses based on the name alone.
Oh yeah, like what?
Well, I suppose it would depend on which St. Anthony we're talking about.
You mean there's more than one?
Well, four in fact, but there are two famous ones. St. Anthony the Great and St. Anthony of Padua.
Well, let's find something out about them.
Tell me something about St. Anthony the Great.
He was the first St. Anthony, born in 251 AD. One of many things he did was live out in the desert by himself. That's why he's the patron saint of hermits. Also, he's known for being tempted by Satan and successfully resisting. There are several famous artworks depicting the temptations of St. Anthony. One of the more striking ones is Shangar's engraving of St. Anthony being tormented by demons.
By demons? Interesting. Tell me about St. Anthony of Padua.
He was born sometime in the 13th century as Ferdinand the Bullo. Later on he joined an order of monks dedicated to Anthony the Great. That's when he changed his own name to Anthony. He was said to be the best preacher of the 13th century. In fact, they say that when they opened his tomb 30 years after he died, the only part of him that remained intact was his tongue.
That's,
A miracle, I know. He's one of the more beloved saints in the Catholic Church. He's also who you pray to when you lose something.
Lose something?
Yes, whether you misplace your car keys or your mother, you can call on him. There's even a rhyme. St. Anthony, please come around. Something is lost and needs to be found.
Clever.
So, there's some possibilities there.
Has anyone from the Vatican been by lately?
I beg your pardon.
I think you heard me the first time, Father.
Mr. Jordan, I don't know who you are or what you mean by asking me these questions.
You want to know who I am? I'll tell you. I'm a paranormal investigator. I was called to Rome by a man named Alessandro Renzi. Have you heard of him?
I don't...
He's the man who murdered Thomas Ryan. He claims to have been possessed by a demon when he did it.
Oh my goodness.
Does any of this sound familiar at all?
Oh God forgive me. I didn't mean to lie to you, Mr. Jordan. I was instructed by an official from the Vatican to deny any knowledge of any of this.
I understand, Father. Church cover-ups aren't exactly shocking news these days. But now that you know that I have a good reason to be looking into this, I'd appreciate it if you could give me some information.
I'll try my best, Mr. Jordan.
I missed the dialogue option with murder. Crap. Oh wait, no, wait, that was the one that he just says he doesn't know anything. I remember now, I was about to go back and redo it just so I could get that, but it's like, no, I'm sure I don't know anything. But okay, anyway, sorry. Moving on with the dialogue with Mr. guy here. Gonna click.
Tell me more about this Vatican official.
I don't know anything about him. All he said was that he was from the Vatican and that I wasn't to tell anyone about Father Ryan's murder. It's not my place to question His Holiness, so I complied.
Somehow I doubt this has anything to do with the Pope. Did you get his name?
Yes, I believe he said it was Bianchi. Vincenzo Bianchi.
Vincenzo Bianchi. That's an important name to remember.
Now, tell me what you know about Father Ryan's murder.
Of course. I was the one who found him. He'd been stabbed several times in the chest. Renzi was still at the crime scene when I got there. He was huddled in the corner muttering to himself. It sounded to me like he was speaking in tongues. I came back to the church and called the police, expecting Renzi to have fled when I got back. But he was still there. He didn't even struggle when the police took him away. It was also very strange. May God forgive Mr. Renzi.
We better hope he does, because Renzi's dead.
What happened?
He hung himself in his cell this morning. Apparently the guilt was too much for him.
That poor man. What a tragic way to end up.
I'll see you later, Father.
God be with you.
It's a lot of interesting information. So, yeah, that is definitely interesting. It's some very important stuff to remember. I'll just tell you that right now. So let's see. I guess another trip here because we need to find out about this Bianchi fellow, and who better to ask than our researcher.
Got a minute, Simon?
Certainly.
Do you think you...
Sure.
I need you to look up a guy named Vincenzo Bianchi. He's from the Vatican.
The Vatican, eh? I don't know how easily accessible their information is going to be.
Oh, you can do it. I have faith.
As I suspected, I'm going to have to hack into their records.
Won't that be difficult?
Probably, but it'll be an interesting challenge.
5 seconds later.
What happened?
The records are incredibly secure. I can't get any decent information on Bianchi.
Oh,
All
shoot.
I can find is that he works in St. Peter's Basilica.
Well, it's a good enough start. I'll just have to go and sniff him out, I guess. I don't need to research anything else.
Alright, St. Peter's Basilica.
That's all for...
Right.
See you later.
See ya.
And lo and behold, we have a new area on the map. guy. Why is there a Swiss guard in Rome? I don't know how that works.
So, this is a nice basilica you've got here. Anything interesting happening around here?
He's not one of those, like, London tall hat guards, is he?
Where did you get that uniform? So,
Okay, that's it. Can we interrogate him?
could I ask you a few questions?
If you must.
Oh, this guy's gonna be fun to talk to, I just know it.
Can you tell me anything about St. Peter's?
Sir, I am not the tour guide. If you wish to know more about the building, I'm sure there's someone inside who can help you.
Do you know someone who works here named Vincenzo Bianchi?
Vincenzo Bianchi? No, I do not know him. But, as I only guard the entrance to the basilica, I'm not familiar with its employees. You should see Cardinal Genovese. He knows everyone around here.
Another name.
Where can I find Cardinal Genovese?
Oh, he's not very hard to find. He's the most sociable cardinal I've ever seen. You'll probably run into him just by going inside.
Alright.
So what's it like being a Swiss guard?
Try standing around in front of a door all day long and you'll get the idea. It's not all bad, though. I get to live here in Vatican City, away from Rome.
You don't like Rome?
No, I love Rome. It's just the Romans I can't stand. They drive like lunatics, are always shouting, and the street performers. Oh, God, I can't even think about those awful street performers without feeling sick. Oh, good. Now you've made me sick. I hope you're happy.
In a way, I sort of am.
Please go away. I'm trying to do my job here.
Street performers, eh? And we actually got a point for that. Oh well.
Have you heard of a group called the Knights of St. Anthony?
No. Should I have heard of them?
I don't know, you tell me.
What is this, an interrogation?
In a way, yeah.
I have never heard of the Knights of St. Anthony. Now leave me alone, would you?
Thanks for your time.
It's
Yes,
probably
yes.
not safe
Goodbye.
to be dropping that name everywhere you go. I wonder if he knows anything about
Does
this.
this symbol mean anything to you?
No. Should it?
I guess not.
Alright. So, let's go inside. That creeps me out. I think because it reminds me of a Dagger of Balm and Ra. Alright. So let's continue on inside. Aw. Perhaps. Alright, let's actually interrogate
Excuse me. Are you Cardinal Genovese?
Yes, I am. May I help you with something?
What can you tell me about voodoo? Oh, sorry, still another game.
I'm looking for a man named Vincenzo Bianchi. Do you know him?
Bianchi? Yes, I do know him. He works here in the Basilica.
Great. Do you think I could speak with him?
May I ask what this is in regards to?
I just have a few questions I'd like to ask him.
I see. I'm sure he would be willing to see you. But unfortunately, he is not in his office today.
Shoot.
Where is Bianchi's office?
It's just past that door over there. But as I told you, Mr. Bianchi is not in today. If you come back tomorrow, I'm sure he will see you then.
Is there anything you can tell me about the Basilica?
There is much I can tell you. What specifically would you like to know?
Oh, I don't know. Just tell me anything that comes to mind.
Well, let me see. This is the largest church in Christianity.
Oh, really?
It is built over the old St. Peter's Basilica, where the tomb of St. Peter lies. Speaking of tombs, there are 91 popes buried here.
Wow, that's a lot of popes. Where do they fit them all?
Many of them are located under the basilica, in a crypt. We sometimes refer to it as the Vatican Grotto.
How do you get down there?
There is an entrance further in the basilica. I'm sure you can find a tour that will take you downstairs.
I'm not really much of the tour type, but maybe I'll check it out on my own.
That would be fun to go see. Say what you want about Catholicism, their artwork is freaking amazing, and all the different carvings and stuff they make. Just incredible.
So how long have you been a cardinal here?
Oh, for quite some time. I consider myself incredibly fortunate in that respect.
And of course, the dangerous question.
Have you heard of a group called the Knights of St. Anthony?
The Knights of St. Anthony, you say? No, I'm afraid I have not. Who are they?
I'm not entirely sure yet.
Well, I wish you luck in your attempts to find out more.
Thanks for your help.
It was my pleasure.
Alright then. Well, that's all we can do for now with him. But we still need to get a hold of Bianchi and ask him about the murder and everything. But how will we do that? Well, you just got to find out next time on Let's Play Ben Jordan Case 7. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.